spoke about Deadpool, Ryan, you said, one of my great goals is to do a Deadpool Logan movie. I also think that Dogpool would be a fun character to incorporate.
I said that?
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds thinks it's completely fine to be a bully.
This comes from TMZ, and it says, Ryan tried to destroy me. Now he wants out? Ryan Reynolds is trying to run from the very firestorm he helped ignite by trying to get cut out of the legal battle between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, at least according to Justin's attorney.
Goodness, wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too, and...
Did Ryan Reynolds troll Justin Baldoni in Deadpool and Wolverine?
Wolverine, Ryan, and Hugh have long been Hollywood's favorite bromance, exchanging playful jabs in interviews and on social media. Fans loved their faux feud, especially with their upcoming reunion in Deadpool and Wolverine. But now things seem to have taken a serious turn. Rumors suggest Ryan feels betrayed by Hugh's unexpected endorsement of his Marvel departure, sparking whispers of a real-life fallout. Could their legendary friendship be crumbling?
To self-govern. So, yes, there's jokes in there that I personally cannot believe they let us.
And neither did I. Because we were like the kind of good, good boy students turning in our script every once in a while. And every time we send a script, we were like kind of waiting, and the pushback never came. And it became clear that on this movie, funny wins.
Really, there was one joke, one line that they asked me to take out.
When I was on set, I was like, there's no way that's going to be it.
Yeah, I have a joke about Hugh that I couldn't believe he let me say in the movie. So that passed. So I was like, wow, he left that joke.
But wait. Before we dive into the chaos, let's put things into perspective. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have long been the internet's favorite Hollywood bromance, exchanging playful jabs and witty remarks in interviews and on social media. Fans have adored their hilarious faux feud, especially after the two actors teased their long-awaited on-screen reunion in Deadpool and Wolverine.
People are expecting the unexpected, and part of the unexpected is that sort of warmth. But really, there was one joke, one line that they asked me to take out.
Wow, I can't imagine.
Hugh, you want to tell what that line was?
I can't imagine what that was.
Yeah, just one. That was it.
Just one, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There were others when I was on set. I was like, there's no way that's going to be it.
Wesley Snipes as Blade, Channing Tatum as Gambit, in a kind of Deadpool universe within the MCU. It's actually being talked about.
However, recent reports suggest that their playful banter may have taken a serious turn. Rumors are swirling that Ryan is fuming over Hugh's unexpected support for his Marvel departure. And if the whispers in Hollywood are to be believed, this might just be the beginning of a much bigger behind-the-scenes fallout. Could it be that their legendary friendship is now on thin ice? Or is this just another marketing stunt gone wrong?
In the lawsuit obtained by E! News, Justin makes claims against Ryan Reynolds, saying that the actor aggressively berated Baldoni during a meeting at their penthouse in New York, accusing him of fat-shaming Lively. Now, given the accusations, fans have been circulating this moment from Ryan's latest film, Deadpool and Wolverine, in which Blake makes a cameo as Lady Deadpool, but it's the character of Nice Pool, a self-identifying feminist that fans are looking to as a potential real-life parallel to Justin.
But in here, everybody calls me Nice Pool. Oh my goodness, wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too, and can't even tell. I don't think you're supposed to say that. That's okay. I identify as a feminist, right?
According to IMDb, Deadpool and Wolverine was filmed between May of 2023 and January of 2024, while It Ends With Us was shot between April of 2023 and May of 2024, meaning the two films were in production simultaneously.
Is maybe a cash grab, and I saw in the comments and people say, well, everything's a cash grab. That's not true. Everything is made to make a profit. Everything is made to make money. But a cash grab is, in definition, you're just doing it to make money and you're not trying to do anything creative. So if you're saying that everything's a cash grab, that is incorrect. Everything is made to make money, which is true. Majority of stuff is made to make money. So is that one of these things? Or is there actually, with the addition of making money, is this also going to be something that can be creative, push the story forward? Is Marvel getting desperate and just trying to get wins?
First, let's talk about the Marvel exit itself. According to multiple sources, Ryan Reynolds is considering stepping away from his iconic role as Deadpool in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This decision, which reportedly wasn't an easy one for Ryan, has sent shockwaves through the Marvel fandom. But here's the real twist. Hugh Jackman, the legendary Wolverine himself, has openly supported Ryan's decision. And some sources suggest that he even...
So the truth is, I meant what I said when I said I'm done, that Logan was going to be my last. I announced it before we'd shot Logan, and about 3 days after that, I saw Deadpool 1. So what's that, 2016? And about 15 minutes into the movie, I was like, oops.
To make matters even messier, Hugh Jackman has been pulled into an entirely separate legal battle involving Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. With their courtroom showdown set for next year, Hollywood A-listers are being roped in as witnesses, all through depositions. Jackman, however, has stayed mum, choosing instead to focus on a surprising new business venture.
The making of the movie is one thing. I mean, probably the best experience I know I've ever had. I'm going to speak for Hubert
Hugh.
here.
Thanks.
But the outcome being even better was equally shocking, because that usually when you have that much fun and you experience that much joy, we sort of have a mechanism in our brains that says, oh, well, we must be fucked. But boy, it was just a delight. I mean, right up until I've never been so depressed when we stopped shooting the film, because I knew when we stopped shooting, we're probably not going to have a lot of reshoots. The day and a half, which, you know, for any movie, it's pretty remarkable, but a Marvel movie.
Because I normally need personally 3 weeks to fix
he needs
everything.
3 weeks to just
A day and a
get
half,
his intermittent jaw clenching and squinting right.
That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? Ryan Reynolds, always keeping himself busy.
Always.
Between buying a beer company now and having new partners over at Wrexham, enjoying great success at Wrexham.
Yeah.
And, oh yeah, by the way, just had the highest R-rated box office grossing film of all time, with the $1.33 billion Deadpool and Wolverine. So what does he want to do next? Well, it's not going to Disneyland, but not surprisingly, he wants to work with Sean Levy and Hugh Jackman again. As Variety is telling us that Ryan Reynolds is right now writing a non-Marvel project for him, Hugh Jackman, and Sean Levy.
I love it. Are you kidding me? I love attention. Hugh knows me well enough. Yes, but she had the best time ever.
After a record-breaking success of Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman fans have something new to look forward to. Reynolds is working on a film unrelated to Marvel, which will have him teaming up again with co-star Jackman and director Sean Levy. Reynolds shared his plans during a recent interview for a Variety Awards Circuit podcast episode, which is set to be released later this week. He said this: "I'm spending the year writing," Reynolds said during the podcast. "I'm writing a movie for myself, Hugh, and Sean to do. That is not Marvel."
Even though we're on the same team, if you could find a nice way in there somewhere, just don't call me like a idiot.
What are you?
I'm a idiot.
Louder!
I'm a idiot!
Yes, I like how this is going. My brain tastes chocolate.
What was the meeting like when you're discussing with Disney the jokes about Disney?
The fun story would be that Disney was just appalled at everything, was never going to let us do anything. But that's on one hand. On the other hand, money. They had a lot of faith in us to deliver.
In the very first Deadpool, you said, and I quote, "Whose balls did I have to fondle to get my very own movie? I can't tell you, but it rhymes with Wolverine," which I'm just doing my journalistic duties here. It begs the question, how did this get greenlit?
Are you asking me whose balls I fondled, or... Look, Tyrone, I've grown a lot since then, okay? Let's move on. Everyone thinks that it was me begging Hugh to do it, but no, he called and said, "I'm ready, I want to do it." I said, you know, we're still going to have an open casting call. We're going to see who comes back. Weirdly, he ended up joining the casting call, and just his experience alone got him the part. We weren't expecting that his fee would be so much, given there's 10 other movies. Like, come on.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I could see those two characters together. I was watching the movie. All I kept thinking about was 48 Hours, The Odd Couple, Planes, Trains, Automobiles. I could see how these two characters would work. And then I can tell you the date, August 14th. I was doing theatre, August 14th, 2022, and I was driving, and it came to me like that I wanted to do it again, that I wanted to do it with Ryan playing Deadpool, and I wanted these two characters together. And I knew that Sean and Ryan were about to shoot, or somewhere on the process. And so I've been close. I pulled up. I thought they were about to shoot, so I pulled over the side of the road and I rang Ryan and I said, "Ryan, I want to do this. Please tell me you'll do this. Please tell me. I really want to do it."
What made you want to kind of get back into the?
I was broke. I was doing theatre. Yeah,
theaters, yeah. Just the love of the game, yeah. I mean, his nighttime skincare routine alone would bankrupt you. I mean, it's where these products come from, I don't even know.
You and Ryan have been friends for years, kind of more maybe frenemies, and there's a well-known feud that is often played out on social media, including one time when Ryan used your face for target practice, and then you tricked him into wearing an ugly Christmas sweater to a holiday party.
I did.
Yep. And once again got me today.
Yep, and here we are. But do you even remember how this feud started?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, he's like a farm animal. Come on.
How did this feud start? I don't know, because in truth, I think the gig is up. Everyone knows we're actually just really best friends, and we hang out together. And I'm Australian, so like making fun of someone is our love language. You know, occasional punching in the face is our love language.
Well, it's Canadian.
A lot of people have speculated about whether or not and when Ryan Reynolds will pop back up in the MCU, about whether or not or when Hugh Jackman will pop back up in the MCU as Wolverine, and all that kind of stuff.